Well, the coverage of the new and upcoming Silver Sky SEs is continuing because John just posted to his Instagram a photo where we have a really clear look at the brand new Silver Sky SE that he has been playing on the John Mayer solo tour. And we can tell from this photo, number one, right away, it's not just Evergreen playing tricks on us with the stage lighting. Nope, this is a brand new color. And as well, the maple fretboard, we can see just very clear. This is the image that we've all been just waiting for. So in today's video, we're going to tackle some of the new information that we just can see from this photo and discuss it. So let's get right on into this. I'm super stoked on this new color. It just looks absolutely brilliant in this shot. And yeah, they nailed it. All right, so right away here, let's discuss this brilliant new color that they're coming out with for the SE Silver Sky. And I say that they're coming out with because NAMM is literally right around the corner, and there's no way that this is all just coincidence that John is teasing a brand new model of the SE Silver Sky, and it being a maple fretboard version and a new color right with what we're expecting to be some pretty big announcements coming up. It's no coincidence that John's teasing this and then knowingly posts an actual really great photo of it to his Instagram. He knows what he's doing. PRS know what they're doing. They're all building the hype and hoping people like me talk about it and sharing our excitement for this new finish and version of the SE Silver Sky. So this is for sure a brand new color. In this lighting, it's hard to tell exactly the shade of turquoise, but it's definitely some sort of blue-green mixture. So turquoise, I mean, an aged ocean turquoise from Fender kind of is what comes to mind with this finish and the lighting, at least. Definitely something inspired by that, maybe, but PRS's obviously own kind of more unique color. But it looks fantastic. I mean, I think this is just a really great vibe in terms of something I've mentioned and discussed this before with you guys, but something a lot of us have been looking for with the SE Silver Sky specifically is that, something that's not quite as loud as a dragon fruit color, for example, but not just total classic like just a black or gray or something a bit more monotone in color palette. This is just a fantastic color, and it's going to sell super well, especially with John actually playing it live on stage. Now, one thing we have to point out and discuss right away here is that with this shot that we have, there is no debate. This is an SE Silver Sky. You can clearly see the SE logo underneath the PRS headstock. You can see the truss rod cover as well as the placement of the nut. Everything lines up to be an SE model, and that's just what this is. I know in the earlier discussions and coverage I did on this guitar when John was playing it, I did point out the truss rod cover and the nut placement, but even in those, you could kind of make out that there was something written where the SE logo should be, and in the shot, of course, you see it, right? So I have to just point that out there that there's no debate. This is an SE Silver Sky that John has been playing for the past few nights on the solo tour now. With it being an SE model Silver Sky, however, there is one detail that was a little bit harder to tell, or I just didn't want to really comment on until we got a better shot of the guitar, and it has to actually do with the bird inlays. Now, I'm sure a lot of people who are wanting an SE model Silver Sky with a maple fretboard, I'm sure a lot of you guys were maybe hoping that what PRS would do is do the same inlays that they have on the core model, where they're actually just an outline of the birds and not completely filled in. But of course, what PRS did is they followed the SE formula and they went and completely filled in the bird inlays on the fretboard for this guitar. And that's honestly to be expected. If you look at other SE model guitars, the inlays of the birds are all filled in. And PRS just has to do these things to differentiate between models as well. Of course, they're not gonna have the guitar look completely identical to the core model or something of a higher level. They're gonna do just these little things that kind of visually give those clues. It's just what they're gonna do, let's be honest. They have to do that. But otherwise, the guitar looks standard, like you would expect for an SE model Silver Sky. Of course, the new color and the maple fretboard being the two obviously huge reveals that John showcased very first on his solo tour. Overall, I'm really stoked for this new model of the Silver Sky to come out. I think it just opens up this guitar to a lot more people who are fans of the maple fretboard and prefer their style guitars to have maple fretboards. I think now a lot more people are actually going to be intrigued in maybe buying their very first PRS or their very first Silver Sky or John Mayer signature or any one of those things. It's obviously great to have this added, and I know a lot of you guys are really wanting a left-handed model for the guitar, and I still have a hope that eventually PRS might make that for you guys. I think right now they're just focusing on releasing the maple version of the guitar and kind of getting it a bit more established, more colors out there, and I have hope for you guys. If anyone from PRS is watching this, the people want a left-handed version of the SE even. It doesn't have to be the core. I feel like even if you do some special order thing or a limited run, at least to give people a chance to buy it, I think that would be a really great thing. Because again, I know a lot of you guys are left-handed guitar players, and I would love for you guys to get your hands on one of these, that's for sure. So what does this all mean for NAMM that's upcoming here, as I've mentioned already? We pretty much have confirmation that there is going to be a black and a gray Silver Sky SE finish that is releasing. And now we have a maple fretboard and a new turquoise finish as well. What does this mean for NAMM? And I kind of theorized going into this before we actually saw this new finish when I was discussing the black and the gray finishes that were pretty much, leaked from a dealer ahead of time, obviously, that there's a good chance that those two weren't the only finishes that we'd actually see. Knowing the launch colors of the Silver Sky, both the SE and the core version, we got 4. Then in 2019, we also got another 4 colors of the Silver Sky, and they've kind of been doing batches of 4 more or less when it comes to new color releases. The only difference, I guess, really being is when they released the maple fretboard. That was kind of the new thing, and they didn't do batches of 4, obviously, because of course when the release of the maple fretboard core version of the Silver Sky came out, you had Nebula that released, which was its own thing. It was a limited edition, you can't really count that into anything. But then you had Midnight Rose and Polar Blue, which were kind of the maple fretboard launch colors, if you want to look at it that way. And for this here, the things that come to my mind are, okay, we're getting gray and black, that's for sure. And then it could be that this turquoise here is the launch color for the maple SE fretboard. And that could be kind of the 3 that we're getting. But just knowing the history and how everything kind of works, it's extremely possible that we are getting a 4th color, because it's more or less been batches of 4. The SE Silver Sky released in 4. We've had 2 other releases of the core Silver Sky model in 4. So a part of me definitely wouldn't be surprised to see a 4th color being released, maybe in conjunction with this turquoise color for the maple fretboard, and those 2 kind of being the 2 launch colors or the main, press colors that they're going to do for all like the demonstrations and everything like that, all like the PR around the maple fretboard SE version. I think we might get 2 colors, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess, to know actually what's coming. So who knows if John is going to continue playing this guitar on the John Mayer solo tour, especially after these guitars we're expecting to be released, obviously. It's hard to say. It's getting pretty close actually to when I'm going to be going and seeing this tour in person, so I'm very, very stoked for that. Well, yeah, it's just very exciting. As I've said in numerous videos, it's very exciting to be a John Mayer fan, very exciting to be a PRS fan. This is fantastic, and they definitely nailed this spec out of the park, and who knows, might make me go out and get another SE Silver Sky, because I tested out an Evergreen, but I never kept it. But maple fretboard Silver Sky SE in a nice turquoise color, okay, I could maybe see adding that into my my guitar collection at some point in the future. So let me know in the comments down below, you guys, if you plan on grabbing one of these or the black or the gray model that are, again, apparently coming out, it looks like to be. Let me know your thoughts on this color down below, and if you might be ordering it, your thoughts on the maple fretboards as well for the SE Silver Sky. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.
Anyway, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see.